AITA for telling my ex-wife she cannot forbid me from walking her daughter down the aisle just because I cheated on her. A couple of years ago, my life completely changed. I made a mistake that cost me my marriage and hurt someone I cared about deeply. My ex-wife, let's call her Lisa, and I had been married for 14 years. For over a decade, I thought we were happy. We had built a life together, shared countless memories, and supported each other through highs and lows. But I betrayed her trust in the worst way possible. I cheated. I'm not here to make excuses or justify what I did. There's no excuse for infidelity. I can say I was feeling distant or I wasn't in the best place mentally, but ultimately, those are just explanations, not justifications. The truth is, I messed up, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Lisa didn't deserve the pain I caused her. She was a wonderful wife, and for a long time, she was my best friend. Losing her was entirely my fault, and I've had to live with that knowledge every single day. When we divorced, I expected everything to change, not just between Lisa and me, but also with her daughter, Anna. Lisa and I didn't have children together, but Anna, her daughter from a previous relationship, had been in my life since she was a little girl. Anna's biological father was never really in the picture. He wasn't a bad person, just absent. So, by default, I became the father figure in her life. At first, it was a role I didn't know how to handle. I wasn't sure if I was ready to be a parent, even a step-parent. But as time went on, I realized how much I loved being there for Anna. I taught her how to ride a bike. I helped her with homework. I was there for every school recital, every parent-teacher meeting, and every scraped knee. Watching her grow up was one of the greatest joys of my life. By the time she graduated high school, she wasn't just my stepdaughter. She was my daughter in every way that mattered. And I thought of her as my own. When Lisa and I divorced, I assumed I would lose that relationship too. I mean, how could Anna not take her mom's side? I had hurt her mother deeply, and I thought that would be enough to end any bond we had. So, when we sat down to talk about what the divorce meant for us, I braced myself for the worst. I told her I understood if she wanted to take a step back or even go no contact with me. It would have broken my heart, but I wanted her to know I wouldn't hold it against her. But Anna, being the amazing young woman she is, completely surprised me. She told me that while she was disappointed in what I had done to her mom, it didn't change the fact that I had been a father to her for most of her life. She said, "That's adult stuff. It doesn't change how much you've been there for me." I was stunned and grateful and honestly a little emotional. She made it clear that our relationship was separate from what happened between Lisa and me. I can't tell you how much that meant to me, how much it still means to me. Over the past couple of years, Anna and I have stayed close. We don't see each other as often as we used to, but we talk regularly. She still comes to me for advice, and I still try to be there for her in whatever way I can. It's one of the few things in my life that didn't fall apart after the divorce, and I cherish it deeply. Now, fast forward to last month. Anna called me with some big news. She's getting married next year. I was thrilled for her. She told me all about her fiancé, how they met, and how he proposed. She was so happy, and it made me so proud to see her starting this new chapter of her life. Then she said she had something important to ask me. When she asked if I would walk her down the aisle, I was completely floored. I mean, I never expected that. It's one thing to stay in her life as a father figure, but to be given such an important role on her wedding day, it was overwhelming in the best way possible. I felt honored, emotional, grateful, but also apprehensive. I asked Anna if she was sure this wouldn't cause any issues with her mom. I know Lisa. I know how much she's still hurt by what I did, and I know how protective she is of Anna. The last thing I wanted was to cause drama or make Anna's special day harder for her. But Anna was adamant. She said it was her wedding and her decision. She didn't care what anyone else thought because, to her, I've always been her dad, and that's what mattered most. I was so touched by her words. So, of course I said yes. But a part of me still felt uneasy, and unfortunately, that unease wasn't misplaced. A few days later, Lisa called me, and let's just say she was less than thrilled. She told me flat out that I shouldn't be at the wedding at all, let alone walking Anna down the aisle. She said that no one wanted me there and that my presence would ruin the day for everyone else. She accused me of being selfish and trying to insert myself into a situation where I wasn't welcome. I tried to stay calm, but it wasn't easy. I told her that Anna is an adult and that this was her decision. I said it didn't matter what anyone else thought as long as Anna wanted me there. Then I said something I probably shouldn't have. I told Lisa she couldn't forbid me from being there just because of the mistakes I made in our marriage. In hindsight, I realized how that might have sounded. It probably came across as dismissive of her feelings, which wasn't my intention. But the truth is, this isn't about Lisa or me. It's about Anna. And I don't think it's fair for Lisa to use our history as a reason to interfere with Anna's choices on her wedding day. Lisa didn't take that well. She accused me of manipulating Anna into inviting me, which couldn't be further from the truth. If anything, I've tried to stay as neutral as possible and let Anna lead the way in terms of what kind of relationship she wants with me. But now, I can't help but feel torn. On one hand, I want to respect Anna's wishes. She's made it clear that she wants me there, and she wants me to walk her down the aisle. She's an adult, and this is her wedding. She should get to make the decisions that feel right for her. Backing out now would feel like letting her down, and I don't want to do that. On the other hand, I don't want to cause unnecessary tension or make things harder for her. I know this situation is already creating waves within her family. Lisa is upset, and I'm sure other relatives have opinions too. Part of me wonders if stepping aside would be the selfless thing to do, even though it would break my heart. Anna has reassured me that she stands by her decision and doesn't care about her mom's objections. She told me that she'll handle any drama and that I shouldn't feel guilty. But I can't help but worry. Am I being selfish for agreeing to this? Should I step aside to keep the peace, even if it's not what Anna wants? So, Reddit, AITA for telling my ex-wife she can't stop me from walking Anna down the aisle? Or am I being selfish for putting myself in the middle of a situation that's already so emotionally charged?